What is up, car addicts? Welcome back to the series where I customize and review past DLC and OG vehicles that I never got the chance to because I didn't start making car customization videos till about late 2015. Again guys, let me know in the comments what car from late 2015 and older you want me to customize next, and I'll display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in the next customization video. So in today's video, we're going to be customizing the Ocelot Lynx, the very expensive sports car. So this car came out with the Cunning Stunts update in July of 2016. It can be found on the Legendary Motors Pro website for about $1.7 million, which is an insane price for a sports car that really doesn't have any crazy performance. Its performance is actually below average. So speaking of that performance, again, it's pretty bad considering its price point. It's around the pace of the Hot Ring Sabre in 60th place, which is definitely way below average. Its top speed is pretty decent, around the Masacro's top speed, but again, with upgrades, you're looking at over $2 million for a sports car with below average performance. And the customization also is pretty decent. It's not anything crazy like Benny's or tuners. Again, it's a 2016 car. So, I mean, that's just a lot of money to put into a car like this, but then again, this car has a phenomenal exhaust note. And to me, it's one of the most beautiful cars in the sports class, but again, that's all personal preference. Now, if you only care about styling and exhaust note, you don't care at all about performance, this is probably a good car for you, but again, it's definitely not worth $2 million with upgrades, at least in my opinion. Definitely try to get this one on sale if you really, really want it. But anyways, in terms of what the Lynx is based on, it's primarily based on the Jaguar F-Type, and it also has a little bit of inspiration from some other British sports cars as well. Now, if we look at the side fender vents by the door, those do seem to be inspired by the F-Type SVR, which is the high-performance version. I think that's pretty cool, nice little touch from Rockstar. So I think this car, we can pretty much say, I think it's a little bit closer to the SVR version of the F-Type, so that's pretty cool there. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of the very expensive Ocelot Lynx.
What can we do to it?
Alright, Lynx. We got armor, brakes,
Anything at all?
bumpers. Okay, so you have painted and carbon splitter, completely different bumper. Got the carbon splitter, same as stock. Okay. You got the sports grille that looks a bit awkward. Very different for sure. Not my style, but I guess it's different. Custom chin spoiler, pretty nice. Kind of reminds me of like the Ferrari F12 kinda. Like kind of like the way that the lines go and the flow. Very strange. Okay. And then you got the extreme aero front bumper. Interesting. I think it's like, yeah, it's like this one, but with the all crazy aero. I mean, the painted one's pretty nice. I just don't like how it kind of squares off the top part of the grille, where this one looks more smooth. You know, I kind of like the stock one the most, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I think, you know what, I think we're going to keep this. I usually don't do that, but I mean, it's got the carbon lip already, and it's built into the edge there. I mean, it looks really good. It's different. I think it looks a lot better than the others. Rear bumpers, you have stock with the side vents. You got smooth, and what does it do here? Changes the back a little bit, makes it carbon, removes the side vents, which I kind of like the side vents, and then it makes the bumper lower, comes to a really sharp point at the bottom there. Okay. Then you got painted rear bumper, that looks awful. That does not look good. You got the painted rear diffuser, pretty nice. Okay. And you got the vents back, and it has a diffuser. Then you got painted bumper and diffuser. That doesn't look too great. And then painted and carbon diffuser. That diffuser looks awful with one fin in the center. Yeah, I don't know. I think my favorite one's probably this one, the painted rear diffuser. Kind of like stock, but the stock one here, but it adds the diffuser at the center, which looks pretty good. So we'll do that. Chassis, have roll cage. See here, so it doesn't change the seats or anything, it just adds in the roll cage. We're not doing a race car build, so we're not going to put that. Engine, Exhaust. Okay. Rev it up here to get rid of the smoke a little bit. So you got stock, quad exhaust, then you got more oval shaped ones. You got the chrome tipped. You got the race and the titanium. So the chrome tip is kind of with there that they're cut. You can see it's cut like at a 45-degree angle. And then these are flat. Then they also like flask outwards, which looks pretty cool. And then these are just the oval, and then the stock is kind of like angled, but also flasking. It's all personal preference. I think the race looks pretty good. Plus, it sticks out a little bit more, which I like. Not too much, but just enough. I think it's perfect. We'll do that one. Hood, you got performance hood. Oh, it gives you the vents right there. Pretty subtle too. From this angle, you can't really see it too much, but then from this angle, you really do notice it. Very nice. Double vented hood. Okay, I like that. You get the scooped hood, very nice. And then you have the carbon vented hood with the vents there and the scoop. Now this is pretty nice. I would have liked maybe a clean version, a painted version of this one, because this is a nice hood, but you can't get that one. You can only get the one with the smooth outside parts, which that's kind of strange why they decided to do that, but that's Rockstar for you sometimes. So scooped or double vented. I think the scooped looks pretty good. Makes it look a bit more aggressive. Yeah, we'll do that.
How many cars you got in this
Lights, some xenons, liveries. Okay, so Cunning Stunts update. Only had 2 liveries. You had the Zero Gas livery and the Ocelot Racing livery. So if you want to make it look like a race car, you can do that. I personally think this car looks absolutely incredible without the livery. And a lot of people kind of like forget this car. They don't, when they see it, they don't know what it is. I get the question all the time, what's that car in your garage at blank timestamp, or I'm driving it around on a session and somebody will send me a message in game, what car is that? Because people don't really know, and it's very, very expensive, as we talked about earlier, so that's part of the reason why. And the performance isn't that great either, but I think it's still a great looking car, especially when you try to do like a nice, clean, sporty track/street build without going into the race car stuff. But yeah, alright, license plate.
That what you were looking for?
I do have a plate for this somewhere. There it is. Jag. Alright, respray. Okay, so we got metallic. So for this, I'm thinking of doing, where is it? To the blue area. I want to do a diamond blue, which I think looks incredible on this car. We're going to brighten it up with a pearl. We're going to do the ice white pearl down here, which brightens it up. So we'll do that right there. I think the ice white is perfect. Maybe the frost white. Yeah, the ice white is a bit much. We'll do the frost white pearl. And then secondary for this car is your mirrors and your roof, which is pretty cool. No brake calipers, nothing like that. Just roof and mirrors. We're just going to go ahead and do that black. We're going to throw our crew black on there. It's a bit darker. Look at that. And then with the pearl on it, kind of looks like carbon at different angles from far away, so not too bad. Alright, continuing, we got skirts. So you have carbon skirts. Pretty nice. I mean, it kind of continues the line from the front bumper, sort of. But the rear, the way it's cut off, it does look a bit strange. With this part so low and this part so high up. I don't know. Still doesn't look too bad, though. Yeah, we'll just do it. Why not? Spoiler upgrade, so you have the mid-level spoiler, you have carbon wing, drift wing, and then GT wing. So no ducktail, unfortunately. Would have been a phenomenal option on this car, because you can kind of see it has like a built-in ducktail into the bodywork, which looks gorgeous. But you know, a nice little added lip would have been perfect. But you know, the carbon wing looks pretty good, kind of similar sorta to the SVR wing. You can kind of, that's probably the closest you're gonna get to the SVR looking spoiler, but yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Suspension, I think we definitely want to lower this thing. Let's see here. Wow, you can get it very low, all the way to race. I think that's a bit much. I think the sport suspension is perfect. Almost backed out there. Transmission, race transmission, turbo. Alright, wheels. So these wheels, they actually are not paintable, the stock ones. Even using the iFruit app glitch or whatever you want to use, it's not possible to paint these stock wheels black. However, if you go into the street category here, Then we go to Hyper Fresh. You can see these are pretty similar to the stock ones, and if you ask me, they look a bit better than the stock ones anyways, because they have this beautiful concave. I think it looks absolutely incredible. We back out here, you can see the difference, just night and day difference. These look absolutely incredible. So we're gonna do those. Wheel color black, or should we do, you know what, I think we'll do like a nice dark gray. See how that looks? It doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good. Usually we always go black, something a little different. I think the gray looks pretty good. We'll do the I think the black steel. Yeah, we'll do that. Windows, do some, I think we should black them out. Yeah, let's black them out. Alright. Not bad. Let's see how it drives exit to ground. Alright, let's rev it up a bit. Oh my goodness. Sounds absolutely incredible. First person. Very nice. Especially for 2016, there weren't really that many great sounding DLC cars back then. There were a few, but I think this is one of the ones that stood out, I mean, very, very well from the others back then, but unbelievable. Alright, let's floor it here. Oh, something else I wanted to mention. It's a bit of an eyesore. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The steering wheel is not aligned in this car. It is off to the left, which is very, very sad. You can tell by the gauges and also by the steering column. You can see it's not centered. The steering wheel should be more over to the right. So that's a bit of an oversight from Rockstar. That's a bit of a shame. So, yeah, I mean, I thought they would have fixed it in one of the updates, but they left it like that forever. Since the car came out, they just left it like that. They didn't go, you know, they didn't bother and go back and fix it. So it is what it is. But if you ignore that, I guess there's a few things to ignore on this car if you really want it. Performance isn't crazy. The steering wheel is off center. Plus, when we open up the hood and all that, which you'll see here shortly, the engine bay isn't really all that impressive. But you know, I think the styling of this car is phenomenal, and the fact that it's so expensive, that's the main reason why most people don't even have it, because it's not a pariah competitor or anything like that. It's has the performance of kind of average sports cars, from like OG sports cars in that sense in terms of performance. So, you know, that's and a ridiculous price tag on top of it. So that's why most people don't even have this car. Now, it wasn't the casino wheel a while ago, so that's, if you see it around, that's probably mostly the reason why people have it. But in general, I mean, you don't really see these too often, and most people ask what it is, you know. They see it and they don't know what it is. They've never seen it before. I hit a car, whoops. But yeah, overall, I think it's a phenomenal car in terms of styling and exhaust note. I just think that it's just a bit overpriced. You know, it's supercar pricing for something that's not, you know, a GTO or an Italia RSX or a Pariah or anything like that. This one actually costs more than the Pariah, surprisingly. So, yeah, if you really want it, definitely get it on sale. Let me pull over here so we can open all the doors and stuff. Alright. Alright, vehicle doors. Let's do all. Alright, so engine model is kind of copy and paste from most of the sedans you see in game, like the OG ones. However, they did put the Lynx letters on there and the Ocelot logo, so a bit of detail. At least they somewhat tried to justify its price, but I mean, it's still a awful quality textured engine model, because this of course is from 2016. Continuing here to the interior, copy and paste from most of the sports cars in game, you know, Rapid GT, 9F, stuff like that, but the interior contrast stitching is pretty nice. Continuing to the rear, the hatch does open, so that's a nice plus. Overall, and then, you know, of course we have the steering wheel that's off to the left, which you really can't unsee. But I mean, if you can overlook the fact that the engine model isn't great, plus the interior with the offset steering wheel, and of course its performance not being crazy, I still think it's a car worth having in the collection, just to look at it in your garage, and you know, drive it on the highways from time to time, or to car meets and stuff like that. That's really what this car is for. Is it worth $2 million with upgrades? My opinion, absolutely not. But if you can get it on sale, you know, somewhere around, I mean, you have to get it at least 40% off minimum, you know, because if you're gonna put up, especially if you're gonna put upgrades and stuff like that, at least 40% off. And that's the only way I would consider buying this car, you know, if you don't have that much money in game. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. Remember to let me know down below in the comments what car from late 2015 and older you want to see me customize next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.